Hello everyone and welcome to The Mess. My name is Jake, also known as Plant Cave for Life. Today I'm going to be showing you my not so pretty boys. These are some ugly, fugly leaves. These are anthuriums that have put out leaves that have holes in them, leaves that have ripped for one reason or another. You know, we show the pretty plants, but I'm going to show you guys the not so pretty plants. Should I start with just like the big, let's just start with the big one. Hold on. Oh my God, I touched the ceiling. Oop. We have to show our flaws and listen, not everything is perfect all the time. Now that leaf, this is an old leaf, so it's got a little bit crispy because this is in a pretty small vase and he's dried out a little bit. He's a pretty hardy plant, but as you can see, he's crisped up a little bit from drying out a little bit too much. He is flowering. I am trying to self-pollinate him, but he only goes into the female phase. He doesn't produce pollen, guys. He doesn't go into the male phase. So I don't know. I'm still waiting, but as of right now, no luck yet. But his flowers are really nice. They actually turn red. They go from yellow to red, so they're really pretty. By the way, I didn't say the name. This is Magnificum OA. OA meaning Orchideus amazonicus, the nursery that first started selling this plant. It also sometimes goes by SP Nove Peru. SP meaning species, Nove meaning new species. Peru, the place that it was supposedly found. Now listen guys, this leaf is, oh God, he is very top heavy. He's gonna snap. This leaf is several months old. He did put out another leaf. Do you see that nub right there? That little nub, no, do you see that nub right there? It came in like ripped, so I was like, oh hell no, I chopped it off. I was like, start again. And then he tried again, it didn't work. It didn't work, guys. And you know what, we are in the winter and sometimes this kind of stuff just happens. It probably was from drying out, coupled with, you know, like sometimes when they emerge and they kind of do that little like caterpillar inchworm thing, or like some people call it the Cinderella slipper thing. Well, I guess it would be the ugly stepsister thing, or like it looks like a big old foot's trying to fit into a glass slipper. And sometimes the leaf gets damaged inside the caterpillar before it pops out. And yeah, a little micro tear is all you need, guys. Just a little micro tear, and it just completely F's up the leaf. I mean, listen, guys, the leaf is still functional. This plant don't care. This leaf is still doing its thing, baby. Okay? And if you look closely, I mean, look at how beautiful the color is. Like, let's just appreciate this plant for what it is. It's still a beautiful plant, but we have to wait for the next leaf. There is a new leaf about to come in right there. So yeah, once that new leaf comes in, as long as it looks nice, I will chop off this leaf because yeah, I'm putting it like in the back, like facing the wall because it does not look pretty. And yeah, I'm gonna have to repot this guy soon because, guys, look at this stem. Look at this stem. He was kind of crawling a little bit. Very interesting for an anthurium. You guys gonna see that? And then look how big he gets up here. Whoa! Whoa! Oh my God. Look at these nasty roots. Look at these beautiful nasty roots. There's really nothing to say about this plant. I love him. He's great. I got him when he was so tiny. So maybe he's like 2 years old. Yeah, this is a great plant. If you see one for sale, I definitely recommend it. Again, guys, I would love to sell some seeds, sell some seedlings, but mine might be sterile, sadly. I don't know. So maybe I'll cross it. Maybe I'll make a primary hybrid or something, but I don't know. We'll see. Maybe it just needs to get more mature. I don't know. These are like the most awkward plants that are just like, they don't quite have like a pretty side. Like that's kind of his pretty side. That's kind of his pretty side. All right, sir. Back in the corner you go. Back in the corner you go. Oh, God. Oh, don't tear anything, please. Okay. Oh boy. Oh boy. Ooh, okay. Nope. Don't tear. Don't. Ooh. Oh, sorry. Ooh. I heard ripping. No. Okay. Okay, we're good. Are we good? We're all good. It's all good. Okay. Next up, guys, we have Anthurium antolakii, formerly known as the Black Velvet Eastern Panama. That's probably the prettiest leaf right there. Just a black hole. leaf, even with the light on that. You just can't even see the features. My God. But that right there is the newest and biggest leaf. And I mean, it's still a beautiful leaf, I'm not gonna lie. If you look at it from that angle, oh yeah. But yeah. I mean, again, guys, still a fully functional leaf. It's still doing what a leaf is supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, guys, if you want your plants to size up, sometimes you just gotta let them put out those wonky leaves, because then when it puts out another leaf, the plant will have the energy to put out an even bigger leaf and a more perfect leaf, okay? More perfect leaf. It's also flowering, guys, so I do hope to self-pollinate this, get some Plant Gate for Life BVEP seedlings out there for you guys. Absolutely covered in algae, and this happened last time, guys. Can't see the roots or nothing. I find that this guy doesn't really have aggressive roots. Like, you guys can't see sugar. You can see a little bit of the roots down there. But yeah, guys, this is not really a very aggressive rooter. He doesn't root very quickly. And he's not the fastest grower, I find, but he's not the hardest to care for. He is growing in ambient conditions. I would say actually, I think all these plants are growing in ambient conditions. Only a couple of them have recently gone into the grow tent just for aesthetic reasons, because they're not looking so pretty. This guy is still on display. He actually is right over there. The ugly leaf just faces the wall, and we let the pretty leaf just face the front, and the plant just looks pretty like that, see? Oh, the hair is greasy, oh my God. Wait, no, that's not pretty. That looks a little bit better, okay. Next up, guys, we have an Anthurium that has absolutely no good angles whatsoever. This guy is so freaking pathetic. He used to look so pretty. If I can find a picture of him when he used to look cute, I'll put it here. But this is the Equigenera Dressleri, which might be like the Eastern Dressleri. It's kind of like that thing that looks a little bit like a Dressleri, but it's not like really a Dressleri. It has like a wider sinus and the veins are a little bit different. It's dark, it's velvety, it's a very beautiful Anthurium. These leaves are hella old. This is the newest leaf and it got smaller, so that's never a good sign. You don't want the leaves to come out smaller because that means the plant's under stress. And this leaf is hella old. As you can see, it has a fungal infection. Sometimes that happens with older leaves. They just get weaker and they get a little bit of a fungal infection. And if you look really closely, do you see all the little squiggly lines in there? Yeah, this plant got a bad case of the thrips. Yeah. It doesn't have thrips anymore. Haven't had thrips in quite a while. Probably since the summertime, but yeah, the scars are still there. It looks like he's finally about to start pushing out a new leaf. The growth point looks a little bit fresh now. It's perking up, it's doing something. And the roots look fine. The roots don't look problematic. You know, they're just kind of chilling. I don't see any rot. He's just chilling in the grow tent. He's getting about 70% humidity in there. Yeah, and he's just chilling with all the other ugly hoes because, yeah, I mean, when you look like this, I'm not gonna put you on display for everyone to see. Yeah, hell no. Like, what is this? What is this? What? What? No. What is this? What is this? What is this? A Dorito? That does not taste like a Dorito. I got another Dressleri for you guys. As you can see, this is what they are supposed to look like. That is the prettiest leaf right there. This grew in ambient conditions. So did that one. I mean, it got pretty big, you know, so it's like, it's a functioning leaf, guys. It just doesn't look the most aesthetic. And this leaf is kind of old. This actually, I think, was a leaf that it came with, because I haven't had this one for very long. I got this one like in the summer or something, so. And these don't grow very fast. This is a pretty decent sized Dressleri. Usually people's Dressleris are pretty small, so. Yeah, he's chilling in the grow tent. Yeah, this leaf is still a little bit soft. So it's probably gonna be a few more weeks until I see another leaf come in. I am still Guys, it's nighttime. Hold on. You ain't going to bed just yet, okay? I got work to do. I need the lights and everything, okay? I'm with my people right now, okay? Just hold on for a second. We must look aesthetic for YouTube. How's the hair? It looks like trash, but that's okay. And you know what? This video's trash. This video's all about trashy leaves, so just look at the leaves, okay? So yeah, guys, sometimes that just happens, you know? And you know what? Sometimes it doesn't always happen when you underwater. I find that this sometimes can happen when the soil is too soggy, which seems counterintuitive, because I always thought, oh, well, if I keep the soil extra moist, then it'll just never dry out, and the leaf, as it's growing and getting bigger, it'll always have access to water and it just will never rip. Not all the time. So I think sometimes it either can stress out the plant more, or the leaf tearing has nothing to do with access to water per se, but maybe it's low humidity because, again, we are in the wintertime. I'm growing tropical rainforest plants in 33% humidity, okay? Okay, and these guys are native to Panama. They're actually endemic to Panama, where it's 80% humidity or 90% humidity. You know, when I was there, I think in the rainforest, it was humid and it was pretty hot. These are lowland Anthuriums, so they like it pretty warm. It's a little bit cooler now. I mean, it's 70, it's not that cold. So I don't think the temperature's really bothering it right now, but it might be the lower humidity. But you know what, guys? Again, I don't pamper my plants all that much. So sometimes this kind of stuff just happens. And you just take the bad with the good. You know, this is just like a normal thing. Not every leaf is perfect. And if I wanted to, guys, I could just snap it off. But you know what? I want this plant to continue growing and get bigger. So I'm just gonna let this plant utilize this leaf, photosynthesize with it, capture as much energy as it can, so it can put out a bigger leaf. You feel me? Another Panama endemic. Look, it's a shadow. My God, look at how bushy this thing is. It's a, what are you? It's a pap. It's a Fort Sherman seedling. So it's Fort Sherman, not a clone. By the way, for those of you who don't know, the Fort Sherman is a specific type of pap. There are certain like famous types of paps that were collected from the wild back in the day. And certain clones of certain famous paps go for a lot of money. But seedlings, you know, so crossed with self, go for not quite as much. So this is Fort Sherman crossed with self. So it's still a special plant. It has a little bit of a wider sinus than your average pap. But, I mean, you can still find a pap with a wide sinus. I mean, I have, well, let me show you this. I mean, I got this pap for, I can't remember, might have been 60 bucks or something when it was a little bit smaller. It's got a pretty wide-ish sinus compared with that. This is a wider sinus, but let me just make sure. There's an older leaf, so it's pretty flat. There's another leaf. So, you know, similar. But I will say, guys, these two plants act very differently. This thing is offsetting like crazy. There's 1, 2, at least 3. Count them, 3 offsets in here, not including the mother plant. That's insane. Now I'm waiting, thank God, I'm waiting for all the leaves to harden off at the same time so that I can divide it all up. Now the reason why it started offsetting like crazy, and the reason why sometimes Anthuriums will start offsetting like crazy, sometimes it's a tissue culture side effect. But in this case, it actually started offsetting like crazy because all of the leaves were getting damaged and warped. So this is the damaged leaf I wanted to show you. All the leaves for the main plant were coming in like this. They were getting damaged, they were getting ripped, and I'm like, what the heck is going on? It put out this beautiful leaf when I first got it. I was like, this is great. And then something happened, I don't know what happened, and something inside the caterpillar must have been damaged. I don't know. And yeah, all the leaves just kept coming out damaged. I don't know, it was a really weird thing. The plant must have known something was up, and so it started offsetting. If you take a top cut of a plant, sometimes it'll offshoot 1, 2, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. Sometimes it's not just one offshoot. Sometimes you get a few. But as you can see, that's what this guy did. So all the other ones seem to be doing pretty good, I guess. I don't know. But I mean, look at these leaves. Aren't they beautiful? This is probably the prettiest plant that I have to show you today. So yeah, that's Fort Sherman crossed with self. The reason why it's called Fort Sherman is because it must have been found near an abandoned American like military base called Fort Sherman in central Panama. That's pretty much all I know about it. Interesting thing about paps compared with like Black Velvet Eastern Panama / antolakii, because they are found near each other. The antolakii don't have the blush on the back, the maroon backs, whereas the paps do. And then they will fade over time, so they don't have that no more. But the new leaves do. You see that little bit of that maroon? See that? Beautiful. Paps are just so awesome. Like, look at that leaf right there. And then look at the front. I mean, oh, guys, can I show you this? This leaf's already, like, fucked. Already got holes in it and stuff. It's already a Monstera leaf. But can I show you that leaf? Wait a minute. Can it focus on that leaf? Oh, guys. Oh. Okay, don't touch that leaf. It just has to be perfect. Oh, and the reason why it's in such a stupid, dumb setup is because paps, one weird little quirk about them compared to other anthuriums is that they actually do grow vertically a lot faster than other anthuriums. So if you have anthuriums, which most of you probably do, that's why you watch these videos, you notice that they grow with very compact internodal spacing, compared with philodendrons that will grow very aggressively and very quickly, like up a tree, or they'll grow horizontally, like a philodendron gloriosum, like a crawling philodendron. But these guys, they actually, like this guy, let me show you again real quick. I mean, you can air layer him to fix it, but just for aesthetics, I just have, you know, it's a little bit cumbersome, but do you see how long the stem gets? Yeah, and the reason why it does that, guys, is because they grow on slopes. So they're probably kind of growing sort of up-ish in the wild anyway. So that's probably why they grow like that, as opposed to other terrestrial anthuriums like Dressleri, which grows a lot more compact because they don't really grow on other plants. They don't really grow up trees. You're not gonna find a Dressleri up in a tree, but you might find this one growing like against a tree or like kind of along a slope or maybe like on a log or something, you know? I haven't seen these in nature. I plan to go back to Panama to try to find them, but yeah, just to give you an idea of why these stems are a little bit different compared with other anthuriums. This guy, he looked really cute when I featured him in my import video. This is Anthurium versicolor. These are all the import leaves that have gone to absolute shite. Yeah. They get those little fungal infections, yeah, because they just get kind of weakened. And it happens, you know, that this leaf is starting to go. And it put out this big, beautiful leaf, but unfortunately, it got a hole in it. And it happens, guys. It just happens. I mean, it's a beautiful leaf and it's fully functional. I mean, guys, look at the, oh, look at that. Do you see how the light is bouncing off that? There's a reason they call it versicolor. Versicolor, oh my God, gay icon. But here's the newest leaf, guys. I don't know what happened. So maybe it dried out too much. These are a little bit finicky. Okay, I have another one in my terrarium cabinet. I wanted to get another one because one, they're really cheap on Equigenera and they're beautiful. But two, I really would like to create my own version of a Circus Peanuts or Mike's Goliath, which is Dressleri crossed with versicolor. Circus Peanuts is a very expensive and very big hybrid that collectors just go nuts for. And I would really like to own one, but they're just too expensive. And I almost got one in a trade, but the cutting that she made for me just like wasn't doing anything, and I can't be waiting around for that. So I don't know when that's going to happen or not, so I don't know. Until that happens, I would like to create my own version of a Circus Peanuts, if I can. The reason it's called Circus Peanuts is because when Tom Croat went to, I believe, was it Silver Chrome Gardens? He went to a nursery, and when he smelt the inflorescence, he said it reminded him of a candy from back in the day called circus peanuts. But a lot of people who have the plants say they don't smell anything. So it's just a funny little name. But again, it was originally named Mike's Goliath. So that was the original cultivar name, and the nickname is circus peanuts. So that's the whole story with that. I'm not having him as a decorative ornamental plant. This is purely for hybridizing. This is purely for breeding, guys. So if I could just grow him big, not pretty, just big in that grow tent, and if he can just put out a flower so I can get that pollen, and if I can pollinate him with my Dressleries, which are flowering quite prolifically, I will say, and I can get that cross made, that would be really awesome, because I don't see anyone else do that cross. Like, come on, what are we doing? I just wanted to show you some ugly plants. These are ugly ducklings that will eventually look pretty in the near or distant future, or not. Maybe they'll always look ugly, I don't know. But yeah, guys, listen, I always show the pretty plants, and on Instagram we see all the pretty plants, and you know, all the YouTubers are showing the pretty plants, but I just wanted to show you guys some ugly plants. So there are all the imperfect leaves for you, leaves with big old holes. There's my Monstera collection for you guys. It's my Monstera collection. That's what this video is. Yeah, bad joke? Okay. All right, thank you all so much for watching this ridiculous video, and I will see you in the next one. All right, bye.